Have you ever felt like you were inside a movie? Have you ever put on your headphones in the rain and walked as if an invisible camera was following you? Lately, people have given this feeling a name: main character syndrome. On social media, it's often mocked, described as a bit of narcissism, a bit of attention-seeking, maybe even a detachment from reality. But what if it's not what people think? What if it's something your mind developed against the weight of ordinary life? The world moves really fast now. Everyone is rushing somewhere, and most people feel like background characters in their own lives. But in that crowd, there are some people, headphones in, a slight rhythm in their steps, drowning out the noise of the world with their own music. When it rains, they don't open an umbrella, because they don't want to miss the moment. And here's the real question. Why do some people sometimes feel like they're watching their own life from the outside? Is this really narcissism? Or is something else going on? Most people misunderstand this feeling. The moment they see someone acting like the main character in their own life, they label them narcissist, self-absorbed, disconnected from reality. But this isn't about superiority, it's about being seen. If you sometimes experience your life like a scene from a film, it doesn't mean I'm more important than everyone else. Most of the time, it means something much quieter. My life has to mean something. No one wants to pass through the world unnoticed. No one wants to disappear without leaving a trace. And the mind doesn't handle that very well. So some people don't just live their lives, they shape them. They give them meaning. That's not immaturity, it's a search for control. When life feels uncontrollable, we at least try to control the narrative. Now let me tell you something interesting. All of us experience life as a story. In psychology, there's a term for this: narrative identity. We don't remember who we are as raw data. We remember ourselves as a story. But some people don't just turn the past into a story. They experience the present like a scene. The steam rising from a cup of coffee, a sunset through a window, walking alone down a crowded street. The brain doesn't register those as random events. It frames them, because meaning feels safer than randomness. The brain doesn't like uncertainty. And sometimes this isn't just aesthetic. Sometimes it's a subtle form of distance. Have you ever gone through something intense and felt like you were watching yourself from the outside? That invisible camera. Sometimes it's just your mind protecting you. This story usually doesn't begin today. It begins somewhere earlier. Maybe your feelings were big when you were young, but the space around you was small. Maybe you didn't speak, or maybe you did, and no one really heard you. When a child isn't seen, they don't disappear. They find another way. Imagination, an inner world, turning life into a stage. But there's a cost to that. Living as if you're constantly being observed is exhausting. And sometimes the hardest thing is turning the camera off, walking without music, feeling without a dramatic frame around it, just being. And yes, that can be harder than it sounds. If you sometimes feel like the main character in your own life, there's nothing shameful about that. It might just be your mind trying to keep you from falling apart. But don't forget this. A real story isn't made only of aesthetic scenes. The biggest transformations happen when no one is watching. Maybe the point isn't to be the main character. Maybe the point is simply to be fully present. To stop watching yourself for a moment and actually feel. And maybe the biggest transformation begins the moment you turn the camera off.